Hey, you guys, Jim Savoldi, Behavioral Analysis and Markets. It's about 9:24 on the 2nd of June. So obviously we continue to melt up. In my work, it was all about that yellow trend line that I showed you guys weeks ago, which represents the expanding megaphone melt up fractal. And so once you re-enter that, the speed line overhead is in play. So we can talk about, some of those numbers later today. For the time being, I want to point out the fact that we're also melting up, and we had re-entry in that nesting 5-minute fractal. So yesterday at the close, we were right here. I told you guys that we had this zone of strength for the first 2 hours this morning, gave you the 41 to 43 target. In my last video, I told you you guys that if we were to jump this and re-enter this fractal, that there were some overhead price targets. I just adjusted the chart so I could show you this. So obviously this zone of strength right here, 830, precedes this 1020 zone of weakness. Both of these zones of weakness are coming from lower, less powerful fractal models. So those can just be pullbacks within a further melt up. I told you guys last week that this was, in my mind, the most important new data that we had generated. I haven't updated this yet because at the time we weren't trading at a new all-time high. Now, obviously, every tick is a new all-time high, so we can get rid of that. But this, in my mind, was a potential, bullseye melt up timestamp. So if we were to melt up right now, again, this is delayed data, pardon me, because I'm not allowed to share real-time data. I get dinged. So anyway, if we were to race straight up to the trend line today, let's look for the close. We could be $83, all right? If, on the other hand, this is as important as I think it is, this strengthened to 8:10 a.m. PST tomorrow, the 3rd of June, then this would be the bullseye. So this is the 8:10 vertical line that I snapped here. And actually, that's more like $87, $88. So I'll adjust that. So, that's sort of what's going on. I'll continue to update, but first of all, we were in this melt up fractal, right? We did the dropout, we did the jump of the speed line and started to move up. So first of all, this was a melt up. It nested into another melt up fractal. We're into the expanding megaphone of this one. When you back up and look at the bigger picture, we're obviously in the expanding megaphone sort of melt up channel at the 60-minute model. And so what I'll do is I'll start to talk about those 100 plus type numbers. But for the time being, let's focus on this $88 into 8:10 tomorrow morning, and we'll see what happens. If these zones of weakness track, we could flop back down on the inside of this melt up fractal. If not, it'll just be some sort of a sideways wobble or pullback on our way to, I think, to this $88 level tomorrow morning. All right, good luck, you guys.